God says, there are only 3 minutes left. A letter is arriving, one that will change everything. It carries shocking news about a wealth inheritance that belongs to you. You would never guess who sent it. This isn't just paper or ink, this is a divine revelation. Do not ignore this. You must open this message now. If you stop here, you may miss the very blessing you've been praying for, waiting for, crying for. What's written here has the power to break chains, open doors, and shift the ground beneath your feet. You are about to discover something heaven has been holding with your name on it. Stay with me until the very last word. Your miracle depends on it. If you believe this is not a coincidence, but something heaven chose for you to see, then comment, Amen right now. This moment is not random. It's not a scroll or a tap or just another video. It's divine timing. God is reaching for you. He's been watching you walk through battles, through storms, through days when you didn't even know how to breathe, let alone believe. And now, the skies are opening. You've been chosen to hear this. Something has shifted in the spirit. There's a release coming, and it's wrapped in what looks like a letter, but it's more than that. It's an inheritance, a promise, a prophecy written with the ink of eternity. God says, don't take this lightly. This is your moment. This is the whisper that turns into a roar. The enemy tried to block this from reaching you. That delay, that doubt, that darkness, all of it was trying to distract you from reading what you're reading right now. But heaven has the final say. God says, you will not miss what is yours. This inheritance was sealed for you long before the world knew your name. This isn't just about money or land or favor. This is about restoration, about calling, about identity. If this hits your spirit, if you feel that tug in your chest, comment 1111. That's your sign, your confirmation, your agreement. You may feel tired. You may feel like nothing has worked out lately, but God sees what others don't. He sees every tear you never cried in public. He sees every silent prayer, every moment you whispered, God, are you still with me? And this letter, this divine message, is his answer. Yes, he's still with you. Yes, you are still favored. Yes, you still have an inheritance, and no one can take it from you. You've been underestimated, overlooked, rejected, but heaven never rejected you. In fact, God has been preparing this letter, this message, this inheritance while you were being passed over. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. You were not forgotten. You were being hidden for a holy reason. For such a time as this, you're not just receiving an inheritance, you're stepping into alignment with divine timing. Everything begins to make sense now. The delays, the detours, the heartbreaks, all of it was shaping you for this moment. You had to go through what you went through to be ready for what's arriving. This letter, this holy inheritance, doesn't come from a lawyer, a relative, or a stranger. It comes from God himself, the author of your life, the one who knew your name before you took your first breath. He's calling you by name, and he's saying, Child, what is coming is yours. It has your name written in heaven. No demon in hell can touch it. No mistake can cancel it. No time lost can void it. God says, you are mine, and what is mine, no one can steal. You may have been asking, God, why me? But today he answers, because I chose you, because I trust you, because I know what I placed inside of you. You've carried burdens no one saw. You've fought silent battles, and now the reward is coming. Please, if this speaks to your soul, don't leave without taking one moment to like this. That small act is your yes in the natural, and heaven honors obedience. This is your reminder that God is not done. that he is a redeemer, that what was lost will be returned sevenfold. This inheritance has healing, favor, peace, clarity, joy, and provision. You won't just receive it, you'll live in it. You'll walk in rooms you never imagined, carry peace you never had, and touch lives you were meant to reach. This is not the end. This is a divine beginning. Comment 222. If you trust God's timing, even when it didn't make sense, God is telling you, you're not too late, it's not too far gone. Even if everyone around you seems ahead, heaven doesn't move on human clocks. It moves on divine appointments, and yours has arrived. The angels are already in motion. The atmosphere is shifting. There's a holy acceleration happening in your favor. Stay here. Don't scroll. Don't doubt. Don't disconnect. There are still words you need to hear, because this letter hasn't finished being opened yet. You've been chosen. You've been marked by heaven. You didn't stumble here by accident. God sent this message like a lifeline through the noise, just for you. God says, this letter carries more than just words, it carries revelation. You thought it was just another day, just another moment. But in the spirit, the heavens are moving. The winds are shifting. This very second, angels are dispatched with your name on their scrolls. The enemy has lost his grip. What tried to delay your inheritance has been overruled by divine authority. God says, I have seen the tears, the pain, the questions. I have heard the midnight prayers. And now, I answer not with a whisper, but with a breakthrough. If you believe that this is not just coincidence but divine timing, then comment 333 to declare your faith. What secret did the FBI hide about your brain and money? They discovered a phrase just 9 words long that flips a switch in your mind to attract wealth without effort. It's already changed the lives of thousands of people in just weeks. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. You didn't miss it, even when you felt behind, even when others seemed ahead. You didn't miss it. God was simply preparing the place before presenting the promise. That's why doors didn't open. That's why relationships ended. That's why the blessing didn't show up sooner. Because your blessing isn't just any blessing, it's inheritance. It has to be right. It has to be protected. It has to be sealed by God. This letter wasn't rushed. It was written over the years of your pain, your obedience, your surrender. Every time you praised when you could have complained, heaven wrote a line. Every time you forgave when you were hurt, heaven sealed a paragraph. Every time you trusted when it didn't make sense, heaven signed a promise. This inheritance carries your name, your faith, your journey. God says, you are not forgotten, you are favored. Even when it felt like silence, even when it felt like punishment, it was preparation. He was stretching your faith, deepening your roots, so when this moment arrived, you would recognize his hand and not question his heart. God didn't forget what he promised you. You may have let go, but he never did. His word cannot return void. What he spoke over your life will come to pass. And this inheritance is a reminder that you were never fighting for nothing. Every sacrifice had a purpose. Every delay was strategic. And now, the letter has arrived. You've been waiting for a sign, for something to confirm you're not crazy for, still believing. This is it. This is the moment where God says, I have not changed my mind. What I spoke over you still stands, and I will bring it to pass in a way that will silence every doubt and every voice that spoke against you. You are about to see what eyes have not seen. You're about to receive what ears have not heard. Because God is not limited by what limits you. He does not move by logic, he moves by love. And his love for you is fierce, intentional, eternal. Comment 555 if you believe his love is writing a new chapter for you. This is not the time to shrink back. This is not the time to give up. This is the moment to lean in. To trust that if God brought this message to your screen, he's not playing games, he's moving mountains. And some of those mountains are the very ones you've cried over, struggled with, fought silently in your own heart. You are about to see a shift that makes everything make sense. A shift that turns the suffering into strategy. A shift that transforms the waiting into testimony. A shift that reveals the inheritance was never denied, only delayed for divine timing. God says, your name is still on the promise. Your seat at the table is still reserved. Your crown has not been taken away. You were born for more than just surviving. You were born to carry glory, to be a light in dark places, to walk in favor that doesn't make sense to others. And this inheritance isn't just for you, it's for those you're called to impact. There are lives attached to your obedience. There are breakthroughs connected to your faith. That's why the enemy fought you so hard. He wasn't after your money or your relationships. He was after your hope, your voice, your faith. Because he knew if you ever received what heaven wrote for you, it would shake hell to its core. But guess what? You're still here, still standing, still believing. And that makes you dangerous to the enemy. So walk boldly. This inheritance gives you access. It's the key to rooms you thought were locked. It's the authority to speak to dry bones and see them live. It's the favor to walk through fire and come out untouched. Comment 1212 if you receive this divine access. God says, my child, the letter has been sent. The scroll is open. The seal is broken. And what's inside is not just a blessing, it's your name written in my hand. It's your destiny unlocked. It's your season shifting. You didn't earn it. You didn't buy it. You didn't manipulate it. You were chosen for it. And now all of heaven is watching. Watching you rise. Watching you believe again. Watching you unwrap what has been waiting for you all along. You are walking into a season of divine reversal. What was stolen will be returned. What was lost will be restored. What was broken will be rebuilt. God says, you are still in time. Even though the clock is ticking, even though the world has told you it's too late, I, the Lord, say, my timing is perfect. I do not miss. I do not delay without reason. The letter you are receiving is arriving right on time at the final 3-minute mark, because I wanted to prove that I am never early, never late, but always right on time. You have waited, prayed, cried in silence, and asked if heaven even remembered you. Yes, I did. And this moment is the proof. If something in your heart is stirring as you read this, I want you to comment 777 as a sign that you know this word is yours. You are not empty-handed. It may have felt like you were. The enemy may have convinced you that everything you were promised was slipping away. But I, the Lord your God, declare that nothing you were meant to receive has been stolen, only protected. I have held it in my hand, away from the plans of the enemy, waiting until your spirit was strong enough to carry what you are about to hold. This inheritance, this breakthrough, is sacred. And what is sacred must be shielded until the time is right. You have walked through fire and wondered if I was still walking with you. You faced trials and thought I had turned my face. But I was with you the entire time, whispering, hold on, don't let go. It's coming. Now the wait is over. The gates are opening. The letter is no longer on its way. It is here. You are holding it now. And what's written inside is about to turn your whole life around. A neuroscientist says yes, a 9-word script, long buried in government files, can fire up a prehistoric brainwave that pulls money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's gone forever. This inheritance is more than a blessing. It is a divine key, a key to unlock joy where there's been sorrow, a key to open doors that no man could open, a key that will take you places you never thought you would go. This is the beginning of something bigger than you imagined. And though you don't feel qualified, I am reminding you I qualify the called. And you, my child, are called. I see your heart. I know how many times you've wanted to give up. I know how often you've questioned, what's the point of believing if everything keeps going wrong? But I want you to know that I have been keeping track. Every tear, every whispered prayer, every sleepless night. None of it was wasted. I've been building something in the background while you fought through the silence. And now, what was built in secret will be revealed in glory. If this feels like confirmation to what you've been praying about, comment 999 right now. Don't let the past convince you that the future is ruined. I do not write your story based on your mistakes. I write it based on my mercy. And my mercy is new every single morning. The inheritance you are about to receive isn't just physical, it's emotional, it's spiritual. It's peace you forgot existed. It's hope you thought was gone. It's joy that reaches into the broken places and mends what years have damaged. God says, I'm rebuilding you from the inside out. The world saw a broken version of you, but I see the version I created, the one with purpose, power, and divine promise. And no matter how far you feel you've drifted, I've never stopped seeing you as mine. I'm not counting your wrongs, I'm counting your returns. Every time you came back to me, I rejoiced. Every time you whispered my name, heaven leaned in. You are not forgotten, not overlooked, not too far gone. This inheritance includes a new confidence, a new fire, a new hunger for the things of God. And with it will come clarity. You will no longer feel like you're wandering without direction. I'm placing my voice in your spirit again. You will hear me in ways you forgot you could. Dreams will return, vision will sharpen, purpose will rise. This is the moment the enemy feared, the moment you realize you were never disqualified. The moment you finally believe that what I've written for you is still valid, still available, still waiting. And the moment you step into what's been promised. You've had seasons where everything was taken from you, people walked away, finances collapsed, health wavered. But I want you to know, this is your recovery season, and not just recovery, redemption, restoration, a divine repayment. The years the locusts have eaten, I will restore. The relationships that broke you, I will heal. The opportunities you thought were lost forever, I will return them with interest. What you thought was buried will rise again. I'm not just giving you your life back, I'm giving you a new one that's rooted in joy, not fear, one that flows with peace, not anxiety, one where your days begin in praise and end in purpose. If your spirit is saying yes to this, just say it aloud or whisper, Lord, I receive it. The letter is open. The inheritance is real. You have entered into a divine exchange, your ashes for beauty, your mourning for joy, your fear for peace. Heaven is standing. Angels are moving. And I am watching over my word to perform it. This is your moment. You are chosen. You are loved, you are covered. God says, what you're holding in this moment is not just a message, it is a release. This letter didn't arrive by accident. It has traveled through spiritual realms, through storms of resistance, through attacks meant to stop your destiny. But nothing could hold it back. Why? Because this inheritance carries my promise, and my promise cannot be broken. You thought the battle was about your job, your relationship, your finances, but the enemy wasn't after any of that. He was after this moment. He was after this letter, because he knew if it ever reached you, everything would change. If you've ever felt like your life was under attack for no reason, comment 1010. That's your signal of spiritual clarity. Now hear me, because I'm speaking straight to your heart. You've lived through seasons that almost broke you. You've cried out asking, God, where are you? Why haven't you answered? But the truth is, I was working while you were weeping. I was arranging things while you were waiting. I was holding the pen while you were holding your breath. And now, the chapter you've been waiting for is beginning. This inheritance is a divine unlocking. You're about to step into rooms you were once disqualified from. You're about to receive phone calls, news, and direction that flips the very script of your life. What seemed impossible is now likely. What felt dead is breathing again. God says, you didn't lose time. I was preserving you from the wrong doors so I could open the right ones. You have not been forgotten. You have not been punished. You have been positioned. And now, the positioning is manifesting in reality. People who dismissed you will soon watch what I do through you. Not for your ego, but for my glory. Because I will use your story as proof that my hand still moves, my voice still speaks, and my promises still stand. You are my child, my beloved. I have called you by name. I have tattooed you on the palm of my hand. That's why no enemy could truly touch you. That's why the worst day didn't finish you. Because I was there, whispering, hold on a little longer. This inheritance includes restoration, but it also includes revelation. I'm about to show you why it had to happen the way it did. I'm going to give you peace not just through the pain, but understanding beyond it. You will say, now I see it. Now I know why it happened. Now I know why it took so long. If you believe clarity is coming, comment 1515 and get ready for answers. Could your brain be the reason you're still broke? Scientists just confirmed. A 9-word sentence hidden deep in your subconscious may be blocking money from your life. But now you can reverse it. Say these 9 words and wealth starts to follow you starting today. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. This isn't a generic blessing. It's not a recycled promise. It's a personalized, divine release made just for you. That's why it didn't come to everyone. That's why others seemed to move ahead while you were still waiting. Because what's coming for you required a different preparation, a different kind of fire, a different kind of faith. The letter you now hold is a turning point. You will remember this moment as the place where everything shifted. It may not all change overnight, but the shift has begun. Your feet will start walking in favor. Your mind will think in peace. Your heart will rest without fear. I am lifting burdens off of you, burdens that were never yours to carry. You were not created to be crushed. You were created to conquer. And from this point on, things will not remain the same. The inheritance will begin to show up in unexpected ways. Small signs, big confirmations, a message, a dream, a breakthrough. I will speak to you again, and you will hear me clearer than ever before. This isn't hype, this is heaven. And even now, as you read this, something is shifting in your atmosphere. Don't you feel it? That sense of something awakening inside of you? That's not emotion. That's the Spirit bearing witness. That's me stirring what I planted in you long ago. You may have felt weak. You may have questioned your strength. But I say to you, you are stronger than you know because I am within you. My power is made perfect in your weakness. Let the world say what it wants. Let them doubt you, ignore you, mock you. But heaven is not confused. I know exactly who you are, and I know what I've placed inside you. That is why the inheritance is arriving now. Not because you begged, not because you earned it, but because I am faithful to finish what I started, and I started something in you long ago. If this is awakening something you thought was dead, if it's giving breath to dry bones in your life, then take a moment to be still. Listen, I am speaking. You are not the same person you were last year, or even last month. This letter confirms it. You've grown, you've shifted, you've surrendered, and now heaven is honoring your process, so walk in this truth. Speak it aloud if you must. I receive this inheritance. I receive this promise. I receive this shift. The next chapters of your life will be marked by answered prayers, sudden breakthroughs, and undeniable peace. What used to confuse you will now confirm you. What used to scare you will now serve you, and what used to delay you will now launch you. God says, I am not done revealing. There is more in this letter than you expected. You thought this would be a simple message, a short moment, but heaven has opened a vault, and what's being poured out cannot be stopped. Every line of this inheritance carries weight, power, identity, calling. You are not reading this by accident. This is a divine appointment, one that was written long before you were born. And what I'm about to show you next will break chains that have been in your family for generations. If you've been praying for a generational shift for yourself or your family, comment 1717 as a declaration that it stops with you and new beginnings start now. You've carried burdens that weren't yours, fought battles that began before you were even old enough to understand them. But I, your God, am stepping in. I'm not just giving you an inheritance, I'm cutting off every generational curse that tried to stop you from receiving it. The rejection you felt as a child, the trauma you never healed from, the cycles of fear, lack, and pain they break today. You were born to be the one who changes the story. And yes, the enemy tried everything to convince you otherwise. He whispered lies into your mind. He made you question your worth. He told you that it would never get better, that this was just your life now. But I need you to know those lies are being silenced by truth. And the truth is, I made you for more. You are not bound by what happened to you. You are not cursed by what others chose. You are redeemed. You are covered. You are rising. This inheritance is your confirmation. You have not wasted your life. I'm going to use every year that felt lost, every relationship that left you empty, every moment that made you feel invisible. I will turn it into power, into wisdom, into fuel for your future. Because I don't just restore time, I redeem purpose. And what was once a wound will become your testimony. You may not feel strong, but I am your strength. You may not feel holy, but I have called you righteous. You may not feel ready, but I've already prepared the way. And soon, the very people who overlooked you will have to admit God's hand was on your life the whole time. This is the part of the letter where things begin to bloom. You will start to notice small shifts, answers where there used to be silence, peace where there used to be panic, joy in places that once held pain. Your faith is being reignited, not because of hype, but because my Spirit is breathing on you again. If you feel that fire coming back in your heart, that breath you thought was gone, Just say aloud, God, I feel you again. That's me. That's my presence. You don't need a crowd. You don't need a church building. You don't need to shout. I meet you wherever you are. I step into rooms no one else would. I sit with you in silence. I walk with you through shadows. And now, I celebrate with you in victory. Your life is shifting. People may think it's sudden, but you'll know the truth. It's been years in the making, years of sacrifice, years of obedience, years of trusting me when it felt like nothing was moving. But behind the scenes, I was aligning every detail. Nothing was wasted, not a single day. Why did 19,583 people suddenly become financially free last month? They all discovered a strange sentence, just 9 words long, buried in neuroscience research and once hidden by the FBI. Now they're paying off debt, traveling the world, and living in homes they never thought they could afford. If you're seeing this, you're lucky the page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. And now, the letter is fully unsealed. Heaven is watching as you step into what you didn't even know was yours. No more begging, no more questioning, just receiving. Comment, Amen, if your spirit knows this was your letter from the beginning. Don't rush this moment. Let it sink in. Let it heal what still hurts. Let it renew what was running on empty. Because what comes next will require your full attention, your full heart, your full yes. This is the season where you don't just hear about miracles, you live in them. Where you don't just speak about promise, you carry it. Where you don't just pray for breakthrough, you walk in it. Because you didn't give up, and heaven never forgot. Your name is written in places you haven't seen yet. Doors are about to open that you didn't knock on. People are about to bless you who don't even know why they're doing it. Because this isn't about you earning anything. It's about me fulfilling everything I promised. God says, stay close now. Don't drift away. You're not just reading a letter anymore, you're stepping into the fulfillment of a prophecy spoken over your life long before you ever faced the battles, the heartbreak, or the waiting. This moment isn't light. It's weighty with destiny. What you're receiving now was fought for in the spirit. It was battled for in silence. Every obstacle, every delay, every tear had one goal: to keep this inheritance from reaching your hands. But they failed, because no force in hell can cancel what I have ordained. If you've ever felt like life tried to rob you of what was yours, I want you to comment, Amen. Let that be your declaration that you're taking it back. This inheritance is not only yours, it's sacred. It's not just about blessings, it's about identity. I'm not just giving you things, I'm giving you back yourself. The version of you the world tried to steal. The peace the trauma took, the fire life tried to snuff out. I am restoring you to who you were always meant to be, before the heartbreak, before the rejection, before the doubt and shame. That is what this letter carries. You've been walking around not realizing that you were royal, not because of status or titles, but because of lineage. You are my child, bought with blood, sealed with promise. You have access not because you performed well, but because you belong to me. And now, I'm pulling you back into alignment with that truth. No more shrinking, no more questioning, no more asking, God, are you sure you meant me? Yes, I meant you, always you. This letter is your awakening. You are not who life said you are. You are not what they labeled you. You are not your past. You are not your failures. You are mine. And I'm calling you higher now, not because you have to prove anything, but because I've already proven everything through my Son. Your story is not finished. In fact, it's just beginning. You've been living in the middle, the space between the promise and the fulfillment, and it's felt like you were stuck. But the truth is, I was stretching you. I was deepening your roots so that when the fruit comes, it stays. I wasn't punishing you with the process, I was protecting the promise. And now the process is complete. The fruit is beginning to appear. If this feels like the word your heart has been waiting to hear, comment 222. That's your act of trust. Look around you. The shift is already happening. Don't be surprised when people who once overlooked you start watching you. Don't be shocked when doors open without explanation. This isn't luck, it's legacy. I am fulfilling what I started. This is where your name begins to carry new weight, not because of who you are, but because of whose you are. You are marked, you are sealed, and what's coming next won't require striving, it will require surrender. Let me lead. Let me unfold what I've written. God says, keep walking, you're almost there. This inheritance isn't just a promise you read about, it's something you're going to live. Every day from this moment forward is part of the fulfillment. You're not stepping into a blessing that will fade or disappear. You're stepping into a shift that will mark the rest of your life. You may not see it all yet, but it's already in motion. And I, the Lord, am the one holding it in place. If you've been holding on by a thread, I want you to comment 333 right now. That's your act of faith, not desperation. You don't need to perform for this. You don't need to beg for this. I'm not holding this inheritance above you, forcing you to jump to reach it. I'm placing it in your hands because you've already passed through the fire. You've already proven your heart. And even when you didn't feel strong, your faith still whispered, "My name." That whisper moved heaven. This is what I've been preparing you for. Every disappointment that broke you down was building you up for this moment. Every rejection made space for the right connections. Every delay was divine. You thought I was withholding, but I was protecting, guarding what's yours until it was safe to give. And now, I say to you, receive it. This isn't a word to make you feel better for a moment. This is a word that will follow you, guide you, strengthen you. You'll remember it when the doors open. You'll remember it when peace floods your spirit for no reason. You'll remember it when people start to ask how everything shifted so suddenly, and you'll say, God did it. Not because it makes sense, not because you earned it, but because I am a Father who keeps His word. Comment, Amen. If you've already started seeing little signs of this shift, this inheritance will quiet the voices that said it would never happen for you. It will silence the fears that told you you're too late, too broken, too unqualified. I am the one who qualifies. I am the one who restores. And I say, your name is still written in the story. The chapter hasn't been torn out. It's been turned. Could a 9-word ritual really be your key to financially freedom? What sounds like fiction is now being confirmed by science. Harvard researchers and FBI documents point to a hidden brain center that, when activated, draws in abundance naturally. This 9-word prayer has helped over 19,000 broke people attract wealth and live a life full of abundance. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. I've been waiting for this moment too, watching you grow through the battles, seeing you rise even when you were wounded. I never turned away. I've been near closer than your breath. This is more than a blessing. This is the alignment of heaven's purpose in your life, and it's going to touch everything, your relationships, your health, your calling, your home, your mind. Nothing will remain untouched, because I'm not doing a partial work, I'm doing a complete one. I know the enemy tried to convince you it was too late, that everyone else got there first, that the door was closed. But I hold the keys. I open doors no man can shut, and I'm opening one for you now. A door into peace, into rest, into clarity, into freedom. This is your season of divine reset. If you need a reset in any area of your life, comment 555 as a way to mark it. Your value has never decreased, even when life tried to crush you, even when people walked away, even when you started to doubt your own worth. I still saw you the same. I still loved you the same. You are still my child. And now I'm proving it. You will see favor where there was once resistance. You will see healing where there was once heaviness. You will hear my voice again where there was once silence. And you will know I was always with you. I want you to get ready, because this inheritance will not only change your life, it will bless others through you. You are not just a receiver, you are a carrier. What I'm pouring into your life will overflow. People around you will be touched, not by what you say, but by what they see me doing through you. You are my light. You are my vessel. You are my evidence. So walk in it. Stand tall. Don't doubt what you're receiving. God says, the atmosphere around you is shifting. Whether you feel it yet or not, the spiritual climate over your life is no longer the same. The letter has been opened. The seal has been broken. The chains that once wrapped around your promise have fallen. You are walking in territory that the enemy thought he could keep from you. But I have declared otherwise. I have said, this belongs to you. Not because of who you are in the world's eyes, but because of who you are in mine. If you feel something breaking open in your spirit, comment 1111. That number is no accident, it is divine alignment. You were never meant to live small. You were never meant to survive day to day in fear, shame, or confusion. You were born with greatness in you. Not the kind that the world measures by fame or power, but the kind that shakes darkness just by walking into a room. You carry light. You carry authority. And now, I'm unlocking the fullness of that within you. No more delays. No more wondering if you missed your moment. Your moment is now. I want you to hear me clearly. What you've lost will not compare to what I'm bringing. You've mourned. Yes, you've let go of things you thought you couldn't live without. You've said goodbye to people you never imagined life without. But I was never trying to leave you empty. I was clearing space. I was making room for the real thing, the lasting thing, the God-ordained thing. This inheritance is part of that. It's not temporary. It's not shallow. It doesn't come with conditions or fear of being taken away. What I give, I do not snatch back in anger. I'm not man. I'm not fickle. My gifts are good. My promises are sure. And what I've written into your life, no one, not even you, can cancel. Let me affirm you again. You are not too late. You are not behind. You are right where you're supposed to be. Even when you felt forgotten, you were being led. Even when you felt overlooked, you were being hidden for protection. Even when doors slammed in your face, I was closing what would have stolen your future. You've been walking a tightrope of trust, not seeing what's ahead, but holding on to my voice. And now I say, look again. The fog is lifting. The light is breaking through. You're about to see clearly. This inheritance is a turning point, not just a gift, but a shift. A full circle moment where what was broken is healed, what was taken is returned, and what was promised is fulfilled. I'm not just fixing what was broken, I'm making it better than before. If that word touches something deep in you, comment, Amen. Don't hesitate. Don't hold back. Let your spirit agree. Your healing is not a maybe, it's in motion. Your breakthrough is not a possibility, it's coming into view. Your purpose is not a mystery, I'm revealing it, and it all begins now. Even your enemies will be confused. They won't understand how the same person who was struggling yesterday is walking in favor today. But they won't be able to deny it, because what I'm about to do in your life will not be small. It will not be silent. It will not be hidden. It will be public, and it will be undeniable. You will not need to defend yourself. You will not need to explain how it happened. You will simply say, God did it. This is the fruit of faith, the reward of resilience, the beauty of surrender. And I'm not finished, because the inheritance is not just a moment, it's a lifestyle. You are moving from hoping for miracles to living in them, from praying for peace to waking up in it, from fighting for purpose to flowing in it. What do brain surgeons and billionaires know that you don't? This 9-word money code, once reserved for elites, is now being shared with everyday people, and the results are mind-boggling. Cash windfalls, cleared debt, and lifelong stress gone. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. This is what I had in mind all along. Your scars tell the story, but your glory tells the outcome. And you are stepping into the outcome now. Comment 777 if you feel that this word is confirming what your heart has known all along. Let this be the moment you draw a line and say, that was the old me, this is who I am now. Not because of performance, not because of perfection, but because of my promise. I am for you. I have always been for you. God says, I'm still speaking, and you're still receiving. You didn't miss the most important part. In fact, what's coming next will confirm everything you felt deep in your spirit but couldn't explain. The enemy tried to shut you down before this moment. He tried to bury you under shame, silence, fear, and distraction. But here you are, still standing, still breathing, still believing. That's why this inheritance is not only timely, it's holy. It's a reward for your faithfulness, yes, but more than that, it's a response to your endurance. If you've ever fought battles no one knew about, just quietly comment, Amen. That's your way of saying, I'm still here, God. The letter you're holding is not the end of something. It's the unlocking of something greater. You thought you were forgotten, but heaven never lost track of your address. Every time you asked, when will it be my turn? The angels marked your name. And now, it's your turn, not to try harder, not to earn more, but to receive what was already yours all along. You are not borrowing this inheritance. You are not renting it. It is yours. Purchased in blood, sealed in grace, delivered in perfect timing. Let this truth anchor you. This inheritance was written for you before you ever had the strength to ask for it, before you learned how to pray, before you ever felt His presence. You were chosen before you were formed, and chosen things don't need to compete for space. What's yours will never fit someone else's hands. So stop comparing. Stop doubting. You didn't miss it. You're right on time. Comment 1010 if you feel the weight of that truth pressing into your heart right now. There are people who saw you fall and assumed you wouldn't rise. But they didn't know who was holding you. They didn't see the hand beneath you that never let go. You're still here not because of your own strength, but because I carried you. I covered you. I called you forward even when you couldn't see your way. And now you're stepping into what they said you'd never have. Not for revenge, not for validation, but for testimony. so others can see what it looks like when God rewrites a story. You've been through fire. You've been through wilderness. You've been through silence. And now you're coming out with something far more valuable than just things. You're coming out with wisdom, with power, with presence, with anointing that can't be manufactured. That's what this inheritance holds. There's a shift happening in the way you see yourself. No more second-guessing your value. No more questioning your worth. I didn't send my son to die for you so you could live in insecurity. You are my child. That's all the validation you'll ever need. I see you, I know you, I love you fully, and I am not done pouring. What you've received so far is just the beginning. There is more to come, more clarity, more doors, more healing, more joy. I'm not stopping until every area of your life aligns with my goodness. If you're ready for that full alignment, comment 999. Let it be your yes. Watch how things begin to move around you, suddenly, quickly, and peacefully. The things that once kept you up at night will no longer have a grip on you. The fear that once paralyzed you will lose its power, because you'll finally understand who you are and whose you are. The blessings coming to you now won't require you to shrink or settle. You won't have to explain why. You won't have to defend the favor. It will speak for itself, because I will speak through it. You'll walk into rooms and shift the atmosphere without saying a word. You'll stand in places that once seemed too far out of reach. You'll feel peace where you once only knew pressure. Because that's what my presence brings. I don't just change your situation. I change you. I make you new. I make you strong. I make you whole. You've been waiting on me. But I've also been waiting on you. To believe again. To hope again. God says, there is still more I am giving you. What you've received so far is only a glimpse of what's coming. I don't just pour blessings, I establish foundations. I don't just deliver breakthroughs, I build futures. And this inheritance I've written for you isn't just for your relief, it's for your release. You are stepping into something that generations before you prayed for but never saw. You are becoming the answer to a cry that started long before you were born. If you believe that what you carry will bless more than just you, comment 1515.